Yeah, what up, boy? What I'm doing? I'm about to do this video on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm about to jump on now. What? You said the new Mozart just dropped. I'm finna play it right now. Say no more. We got that new Mozart. Oh, what up, YouTube friends and family and fellow wolves? All right, don't mind me. I was just peeping out a little that new Mozart that just dropped. It's fire. All right. Gotta come in with a little silliness, a little zazz from your favorite born natural, Mr. National. Enjoying a little V8, a little purified water in it. Like it real thin like. All right, but for real. How's everybody doing out there? Good. All right, so I don't even know. Today is what, the 12th? A lot of y'all watching the game. But not me, because I'm reading books and doing videos for y'all. Why? Because what did Caesar say? You give the poor entertainment, meaning if you let them have their entertainment in the coliseums, in the stadiums, then you can keep them controlled. All right. Because if you're watching and doing entertainment, if you're being entertained, then you're also being controlled. So, without further ado, let's see what we got for me and you. Remember, guys, you can always, I know I look like I'm in a heavenly atmosphere or in orbit or something. All right. Sorry about that. The light is coming down on it for the time of day it is. All right. So, let's see what we got here on the chopping block. All right. So, today we're going to be reviewing the name of the debtor and secured party. And I found this section interesting. If you were following along last night, I made a video on it, which you probably won't get until right about today. Anyway, so let me get over there. Okay. Boom. Make it so. All right, so under UCC, Uniform Commercial Code 9-503, name of the debtor and secured party. Let's take a closer look, shall we? All right, sufficiency of debtor's name, a financing statement, which is what the UCC wants. So you're essentially putting a international lien against your corporation, registered organization, something of that nature, where you are saying you are first in line, first in time for the securing of said property. Now, we all know that with the UCC, they do not require proof of you to show how much you actually legally have invested. It's your claim against that party. Hence why when you do a UCC against your all-cap straw man, your nom de gore, Latin for war name, the straw man can't get off the paper and say anything. So you're basically saying that you have first rights to all of that. Now, I have heard that some people have used this process, and we will be doing a UCC step-by-step for people out there who haven't been able to find that. I don't know why. In the next video. But so yeah, we're going to break that down. But yeah, so you're basically saying that you are first in line for everything there. So when you do it against your straw man, the straw man can't get up and defend itself. It can't get up and say it's not going to stand for this, literally and figuratively. So unless you snitch on yourself, which some people out there do, I'd be watching the 48. They'd be bringing in Hawaiian Punch and some KFC, knowing Black people don't have any natural willpower against Hawaiian Punch and KFC and some biscuits. It's too much. Y'all be snitching on yourselves. Remember, they always need your signature or your own words to use against you. All right. So now that you kind of know what it is and what it's about, a little bit more. This is more of the advanced class. So it says 1, except as otherwise provided in paragraph 3. If the debtor is a registered organization, so let's click it. Registered organization means organized solely under the law of a single state or the United States by the filing of a public organic record. Okay. So I'm going to back up. If the debtor is a registered organization or the collateral is held in a trust that is a registered organization, only if the financing statement provides the name that is stated to the registered organization's name on the public organic record. So let's see what they say what the public organic record is. It means a record that is available to the public for inspection. So a registered organization, also the birth certificate. Let's just get to the quick. They've made the birth certificate a public available record. So it is an organic public record, which means it is a registered organization. It is subject to subsection F. Yeah, we'll probably get down there. So it says here, if the collateral is being administered by the personal representative of the decedent, so persona is mask, representative to represent, which is bad English. You shouldn't use the same word to describe the same word, but to act in capacity of having legal ability with said limitations of the decedent, the dead, said instrument, entity. Okay, so that's us. Only if the financing provides a statement as the name of the debtor, the name of the decedent, or decedent, however you want to say it, decedent really, in the separate part of the financing statement indicates the collateral is being administered by a personal representative. Okay. So if the collateral is held in a trust that is not a registered organization, only if the financing statement provides as the name of the debtor, if the organic record of the trust specifies a name for the trust, if the record does not specify a name for the trust, the name of the settlor, or, oh, that is interesting. Hold on. Oh, woo, that's it. Ooh, we got something. I got some more videos to make on that. Interesting. Okay. So in a separate part of the financing statement, okay, I'm just going to kind of breeze through here. Okay. So it says here that a financing statement that provides a name of the debtor in accordance with subsection A is not rendered ineffective because of the absence of a trade name or other debtor name, partner name, member associations, blah, blah, blah. If the debtor is an individual, okay, so this is what they're saying is a natural person. So they're saying, now really I have a problem with this because really any natural living person should not be a debtor. We have the ability to do work, and our autograph is worth credit. So really a living being should never be considered a debtor. But we'll play nice in the sandbox. So if the debtor is an individual, we know individual can mean associations, groups, and whatever else. So they kind of lump it all in there. Provides the individual name of the debtor, provides a surname and first personal name. Okay, personal name, another variant of legal, which just means a mask. Persona is a mask that you wear of the debtor. Provides the name of the individual which is indicated on a driver's license that his state has issued, because you have contracted as a legal entity. If the debtor has a name, only if the financing statement provides the organizational name of the debtor. If the debtor does have a name, only the financing statement provides the names of the partners, members, associations, other compromising the debtor. The name of the decedent indicated on the order appointing the personal representative of the decedent's issuing court having jurisdiction. Okay. So here's one of the interesting things. Multiple per driver's license. So if the state has issued to an individual more than one driver's license, actual driver's license, or well, I guess you could say CDL, motorcycle drivers. Okay, so I guess you could say multiple drivers of a kind described in subsection. The one that was issued most recently is the one to which subsection A-4 refers. So you can put a lien against a driver's license. Well, I know you can put one against the name. Okay, just thoughts? Now, I have heard that the driver's license, because it is an account, is an actual account, and there is so supposed to be funds associated with that in the background, as per all of our accounts. So it's interesting that you could put a lien against that. But what does that do? I don't know at this point in time. Hypothetically, one could argue that if you put a lien, if your license is current, or heck, doesn't, you don't even know if it has to be current. If it doesn't have a lien against it now, and you're the holder of the account, or the straw man is, but you're the authorized representative, and you put a lien against it, does that mean that they would have to pay out your lien before being able to perfect any tickets or anything against you? I don't know. Something to delve into and to ponder. I mean, because isn't that what they do to us? I mean, they'll put a lien against your bank account or your whatever accounts. And nobody else can get paid or do anything until you satisfy them. Interesting. I've got some more thoughts on that, but I'll just say it seems like there's a lot of power in putting a lien against your said counts out there in said world. I may elaborate more on this in the private section at one point in time as continued education. Remember, if you want to join the Wolf Pack, feel free to go to the main channel, click on the Wolf Pack or the join button, and you can select any of the levels provided there for information and commentary behind the scenes. Okay. Booyah. All right. So now let's go to the next thing. Then this is also going to be in concerns to the name. Should be this one. Okay, so now we're on the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service. Remember, if you haven't done a FOIA with these people, asking them if they can find any evidence of you being a U.S. citizen, you might want to do that for reasons then explain. But right now, we're going to focus on this little part down here, section 2. Why? Because here it says full legal name. Now, we know legal means within the corporation, because some things that are legal are not necessarily lawful. Lawful means under the Constitution for the United States of America, my America. Legal is inside the U.S. corporation, which is located in Washington, D.C., which is not considered a part of the United States, privately owned and operated. So using that legal foreign name to anybody who's de jure and non-de facto, says here that secured identity documents contain the benefits of the requester's full legal name. So what's going on here is essentially for personal use and getting IDs from immigrations. Now, do you have to be a U.S. citizen to get this? I don't know. Maybe we'll do that in another video, but you can inquire, and if you do, let me know. I'm just going at it for this particular bit of information right here. So the full legal name. So they're saying, we need your full legal name. We need it. Okay, they need you to give them to register a legal name with them. Do not include nicknames. They don't want your private stuff, which is why a lot of these places will not take your affidavits. They're not really supposed to have anything private in their public domain. They do not contain initials unless the initial appears on the official birth certificate. Once again, we know the birth certificate and official is theirs. Or the requester did a legal name change. And it then includes your name and however you have legally changed it to appear. So a benefit requester. So once again, if you accept their what? Their benefits. You're in their jurisdiction. You've agreed. You've registered your legal name. Now you're requesting something. You're asking the king. Ask the king. The king's ass. You're asking the king's ass. All right. So the requester must provide his or her full legal name on all benefits requested. There's a reason why they want your full legal name, and they want to ask you, is it spelled correctly? But now let's see here. It says, now the requester's full legal name is comprised of his or her given name. So they're taking your private name and they want you to legalize it for them. And they're also going to be doing the same thing. So you're legalizing the name, they're legalizing the name. This is also called transmutation. You're converting something from one jurisdiction or style, font, capitis, whatever, and you're conforming it. That's why you're doctor. DOC stands for Declaration of Conformity in the word doctor. You're docking something. All right. When the ship latches up to the dock, you're conforming. You're registering. You're landing there. And if you haven't claimed your own jurisdiction, then you're in their jurisdiction. Okay. Then they want what? Your middle name, if any. They say if any, because some people don't have a middle name, but really the legal entity doesn't have a middle name. So they really only want an initial. But due to so many people having the same name, they want the initial so that it can distinguish or differentiate you from somebody else. So now they're willing to take the middle name. And then your family name. Okay. So look here. The given name and then the family name. So your family name is not your legal name. So what they call the last name or the surname is you converting your right and heritage as a born in the United States of America, as a state citizen, a foreign national. Name and rights. And they are converting it into a legal fiction. They have to do this because if you want benefits and whatever else, you have to come inside, meet the missus. They have to bring you in. That's why I said one of the most dangerous words in the human language in the United States is the word incorporation, within the state of Arkansas, state of Montana. To be of something means that you are not the de jure, you are not the legit, you are the bootleg, you're the nilly vanilly. Then it goes on. The legal name is one of the following: the requester's name at birth as it appears on a birth certificate. So if you put it on their form, you already have it there as a legal name. Or other qualifying identification documents, doc, look at there it is, Declaration of Conformity, when a birth certificate is unavailable. So they will take your other forms, other qualifying identities, and they will declare it of conformity when a birth certificate is unavailable. So yeah, we'll take your private documents. We've got nothing. If you really want to come into our system, yeah, it's because the real birth certificates and the real 14th Amendment U.S. citizens are born in Washington, D.C. They're property. We naturally born individuals have to get a birth certificate, or they'll say, well, we'll take it, but we're going to conform you. The requester's name following a legal name change. So otherwise they want you to go get it legally changed. So if I'm James Cash Money of the Lovett Nation and I go, well, I want to do a legal name change, whatever I register it as with their courts has now become a legal name. All right. Booyah. So in conjunction with the you know what? I will just combine. I'm not going to make a separate video. I'll just put it all in this video. Y'all want that? Instead of having two videos, just want me to put it all in one? Okay. So that takes me back once again to the legal name versus the given name. I've already made some videos on this, but here's where we're at. If you are still using your legal name, now there's nothing wrong with having the legal name, but if you don't have any other identifying documents, identificational pieces with your given name as who you are, which is then considered foreign to them, and you're not operating that way, then all they have to do is go on your legal name. The Constitution and the federal court and the Supreme Court are not going to protect you if you're using their benefits and their privileges, because you're using them. It's when you don't use them and they try to not let you leave or hold you to something that they will then step in and help you when you go to them. Otherwise, they don't hear all the cries every night and the stress and the whatever, because you haven't said anything to them. So closed mouths don't get fed, which means that as far as they're concerned, you're doing business as usual. It's in good standing. So people, if you are pulled over and you're doing right to travel the proper way, sue them in federal district court. That's it. And we're done playing. That's it. Seriously, straight up. File it. It'll cost you a couple $100 and it'll be well worth your time. Okay. Most times they'll try to settle out of court before that happens anyway, because they don't want it on public record. So you need to set yourself up with your given name. I'll just use mine as an example, if you will. So James Cash Money of the Lovett Empire, Lovett Nation, the House of Lovett, the Lovett Trust, the Lovett Crest, the Kingship, the whatever I want to call it, that is my given name. So James Cash Money is my name, and I am of the Lovett Empire. That is a different thing. So people ask me, do I have to use the quantum syntax grammar? No, you do not. You just have to have a different given name. Celestial name, ecclesiastical name, whatever, private name, whatever you want to call it, that's what it is. You should have your affidavits. You should have your trusts. You have to move everything from out of their jurisdiction that you don't want to be held there. And your vehicles, you want to put your vehicle, sell your vehicle on the DMV site or on paper, get it notarized that it's in a trust now. Do both. Do one on their site and get a trust made. And then if they try to argue with you, you have closed out your account. You've used the registration cancel form. If they don't have a form, you make your own and send it in. Make a copy of it. Keep that in your travel binder. Same thing with your driver's license. If you're going to do that, remember, you do not have to do everything I say here. Always vet your own information, including mine, because the Badwolf says so. That's why. And always vet other people's information. Not everybody's on your team. All right. Some people do messed up things just for the heck of it. A lot of trolls out there, a lot of messed up minded people. Some people are crazy, but they're not messed up minded. They're just diabolical. So if you can operate both, because if you have the legal name, that's fine. And you can have the given name or the family name or whatever you want to call it. Those are two separate things. So when you're doing legal stuff, you use that one. When you're doing private stuff, you use this one. But you can't be over here and then expect just everything over here in the public side in the trust to be just automatically pulled over. You have to be able to prove it. Prove that you've left. Papers, please. Okay. So using the given name, you can start to change it with your, add yourself on your credit cards or add the given name on your credit card as an authorized user. Start using that. Your electric bill, and then use that stuff to get a library card or a gym membership. Stagger step up, start using your given name. Whenever possible, try to mix or accidentally mix your private side and your public side. Your public side is everything with the all caps name, capitis demutia maxima, Latin for a full loss or partial loss or reduction of your rights, because you've moved into somebody else's jurisdiction. You're in my house now. Your given name is where you have power. In your private capacity, you are their boss, because we are in a trust. They are the trustees. We are the beneficiaries. We are the grantors, or also known as the executors. All right. Depending on your scenarios and how you want to look at the names and whatever else. But nonetheless, we are their boss. But we relinquish that. We waive that power like an angel falling to earth and becoming mortal. Or one of the Elohim, I believe they're also referred to. And when you do that, you have lost your power. You're now ground-based. Well, in this case, you are water-based. So from heaven to earth and earth to water. But when you're underwater, this is why they can't hear you in court, is because you can't speak underwater, which is why you need a lawyer. Because entities cannot talk. They did not create these entities to talk. But it's funny how they want you to give them some kind of talk when they want to put some kind of charge or something on you. You didn't need a lawyer present at that point in time. They heard you loud and clear. Or when they ask you, how do you plead? Then they want to hear you. Why? Because in that split moment, they're talking to the living entity, the representative of said straw man, and they want to know how are you speaking for the entity. Remember, if you can remove the controversy, which is the debt, they've got a problem. If you're arguing the issue, you've perfected the jurisdiction, and that needs to be maintained. Okay, there's a lot more of this. When I start doing seminars in the next month or two, we will be going deeper in class on this kind of stuff. Just giving you guys some tidbits to pull together some pieces. Should help a lot of you who know how to use it. But that's it. So start getting your IDs done privately. There's no law that says you can't have a private ID. A private ID by itself and your vehicle is still in their jurisdiction is not going to help you. That's why the passport is not going to help you if you're mixing jurisdictions. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. A lot of times they will try to ignore that and go around it and try to find any scrap of information you have. So what are they going to do? They're going to look at your passport and take your name off of there and try to run it. And then they're going to try to positively ID you. And if you agree this is you or your house or any of your information, then they've made a positive ID that you're still a legal fiction in their jurisdiction, a trustee in violation or in breach of trust. But if you buy your vehicle with a private address, or you transfer your vehicle into a private trust and you've got the paperwork and you've done it with the DMV, and your name is now, you're using your given name, then you are made free. Still doesn't mean you're above the law, but what it means is you're operating as a private citizen and not a public 14th Amendment U.S. citizen. It means your constitutional rights secured here by the Bill of Rights. Oh, yeah. And the Constitution for the United States of America. And the Declaration of your Independence. Booyah, right here. I got these off of Amazon. And these are on parchment, the good stuff. So that's good America right there, boy. So to any officers out there, the good ones, I appreciate you. You guys know what's going on, and you want to respect the Constitution for the United States of America, because that supersedes the state's constitution. And the sheriffs out there, same thing for you, because I know you guys all watch this stuff. Did you guys not take an oath to the Constitution for the United States of America? Or are you just operating under the state's constitution, which is private? It's a PMA. Somebody owns that corporation that you work for. It's not a governmental entity, which means the governmental entity operates and controls each one of those states and their PMAs. Why? Because each one of them gave up some of their sovereign ability to operate in the United States, to be in the Union. So there's a difference between the statutory citizen, which is what you police officers and whoever else out there operate and govern over, those public entities in the all caps name, which is why your name on your badge and on the tickets are in all uppercase lettering. You are a public entity. That is a business trust, a corporation, a vessel. You are operating the vessel. When you take your stuff off, you are back into the private. Well, for a lot of you guys, you're just actually going from a federalized state employee to being a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen. So let me say this correctly. You're not technically in the private. You're still a U.S. citizen. You just went from a federal state trustee to a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen. But when you understand what's going on is that you've been denied your truly private side, which is your name in all lowercase lettering, as a territorial private citizen of the several states of the Republic of. So that's it, guys. I got a couple more videos. Enjoy your day off. And if you're watching the football game, may your team win. Talk to you guys later. Don't forget to hit that bell, like, subscribe on the way out. Catch you later. More info coming. And don't forget to check out Black Site 32. It's where you can get one of these beauties or one of these bad boys and whatever other goodies are there. So, according to my new secretary, she should have some more logos and things up soon. So check out the spread shirt. That's where you can also get your shop through my link on there and start drop shipping your own. Get your own business. There ain't no reason why you should be out there making some credit. Chat later, guys.